Kristen Aguirre dressed as Pinocchio, right?
Yeah, Pinocchio for Halloween.
Well, I am here at the Quincy Fire Department's training grounds, and I'm here with the public education team, and we are having a blast. Oh, he didn't wear his mask. We have been having so much fun this morning already celebrating Halloween, but with all the tricks and treats comes safety. Why is it so important for kids to be safe this Halloween?
Well, I think it's important because we want kids to have fun. We want them to get as much candy as they can, but we want them to do it in a safe way. You know, we don't want to have to worry about kids running out in front of traffic or their costumes being too dark. So we're here today to maybe go over a few of those things and help parents to realize the dangers on Halloween and how to make those safe.
And so what are some important ways, before we get into it, that people are going to be seeing on the show this morning that we're going to keep kids safe? We're
going to show people what decorations are safe, how they burn at the end maybe. We'll burn some costumes to show people the safety there, how to decorate your home in a safe manner, and how to check your candy and make sure the candy's safe.
We are actually going to be lighting some stuff on fire today, right?
Right. We'll light some costumes on fire and make sure that they you know, don't burn like they're supposed to, and that the other costumes that some people still wear, you know, that's out there, that they actually do burn and burn pretty quickly.
All right, well, coming up later in the show, you heard it right here, we are going to light some stuff on fire, but in a safe manner. I have Quincy Fire Department all around me, so make sure you tune in for that.
Just be careful they don't hose you down with water. We don't want you melting this morning, Kristen.
Well, you know, last night Bo said that a good way to check children.
All right, it is time to check in with our friend Kristen Aguirre, who has some safety tips for you this morning at the Quincy Fire Department, but also having a little fun along the way.
Yeah, she's dressed up in costume, and I think she's with some firefighters who might be dressed
real
up as well.
Real firefighters, or are they dressed up as firefighters?
We will see.
Hey, Kristen.
Well, they're real firefighters, and we're all decked out in our costume. I am the Wicked Witch, and then we have our pretty little angel here, Jerry. And are you in costume, or is this part of our segment?
Kind of part of our segment. I had to wear something.
Okay, we are talking now about costume safety. So what does everyone need to know before they go out tonight?
Well, we want people to realize that some of these costumes are pretty restrictive, obviously, and you know, and that's going to make it to where it's hard for you to see traffic or see obstacles that you might have to step over. Some of these masks here have really small eye holes, you know, and some of these here, they move around a lot. So running from house to house or whatever could really cause a problem with these masks, seeing traffic, seeing the curb, seeing those kind of things. Another thing we want to talk about is making motorists aware of you, and the different colors and costumes here. Some of the whiter colors are a lot easier to see than the darker colors, but I know little boys are going to want to wear the Spider-Man costume as opposed to the angel costume. So we do recommend that if you do wear a darker costume, such as the Spider-Man costume, that you buy some reflective tape and put some strips of tape down their back and maybe on the front, and give them a flashlight or a glow stick.
And why is it so important to kind of remind parents that even though you want to keep your costume authentic, it's also really important to keep them safe?
Right. I mean, we don't want people getting hurt on a fun night like Halloween. So, you know, and there's a lot of dangers out there that people don't really think about when they're dressing their kids and stuff. So we're just trying to bring awareness to these problems, and, you know, the fire side of it. You know, if some of these clothes are pretty fire retardant, some of them aren't. So we're going to talk about that later on and how they burn.
You're right. Coming up later on, we are going to show you how flammable these costumes really are and why it's so important for your kids to be safe this Halloween.
Never seen how flammable Halloween costumes are? Stick around.
I'm excited. Is that bad to say I'm excited? Not
excited. Yuri is out and about in Quincy this morning. Hi. Well, you're not Glinda. You're more like Elphaba.
Yeah, I'm an evil witch. I'm going to get you, my pretty.
Nice.
That was good, right?
Nice. I like it. I love it.
Well, Halloween is all about tricks and treats, but it's also important to stay safe, especially when it comes to your decorations.
Right. We want to remind homeowners to plan ahead. And when decorating the house, you want to put flammable materials out of the picture if you can. If you are going to use things like straw bales, that type of thing, you want to put them away from where the kids are going to be walking, especially if you're going to use things like candles, real candles inside the pumpkins. We have strobes that you can use, purchase at the stores, to put inside the pumpkins instead of the candles. Lighting the path, instead of using any type of votive candles or the small candles inside the bags, you can use the glow sticks to light a path. And also there's reflective tape that can also be used to mark the path that the kids can travel on.
So here we have a little example of how everyone's decorating their houses. You also have a light here that can be used instead of candles, right?
Right. This is a strobe light we can put inside the pumpkin. I'll show you here real quick.
So these can be used instead of candles, instead of actually burning inside, which can obviously lead to fire.
Right. There's an average of approximately 1,000 structure fires per year across the United States due to Halloween decorations, and also an average of 6 civilian deaths per year because of the Halloween decorations. And when it comes to these type of structure fires, usually it's the decorations that will ignite first and causing the fire to spread from there.
All right, great. Thanks, Jerry. That's our little angel from the Quincy Fire Department's public education team. And another little note, we did a pumpkin carving segment earlier this week, and they actually said not even to use candles because it'll melt the inside of your pumpkin.
Yeah, they make all kinds of battery-powered things. Yes. I just want to give props to our prop department here at KHQA.
She is live this morning dressed as a witch with an angel and a firefighter. What's going on over there, Kristen?
Well, they're real firefighters, but one of them's dressed as a witch, and the other one, he wouldn't put his mask on. Well, Jerry Smith and Jerry Master are here with me, and they are from Quincy Fire Department's public education team. And all morning we have been talking safety for tonight's Halloween for you and your kids. Now, what are we going to be doing?
Now we're going to show you the difference between the different types of costumes, the fire retardant costume as opposed to costumes that don't have any fire retardant capabilities. And then we're going to show you candles in your pumpkin and what kind of problems you could have from that.
All right, so let's get started. So our first segment here is, oh, you want to put okay, let me go ahead and put a light on for us. All right, so now this is the costume segment, correct?
Yeah, the costume he's lighting here on the right, it is a fire retardant costume. He'll have trouble lighting it. It's more of a plasticky type costume. It won't light real well. He's really trying here. But the costume on the left, it's a non-fire retardant costume. Mm-hmm. Once it gets going, it's going to build pretty quick, and it's going to burn to nothing before a child would really even know that he's on fire.
So if kids, I'm sure, already do have their costumes, if they do have the more of a cloth and less, fire protective costume, it's just important for them to be aware of their surroundings.
Right. And when you buy your costume, it says on the package that it's, fire retardant. But yeah, if you're not wearing one if you're wearing one that could burn, then yeah, you want to be careful that you're not bumping into pumpkins that have candles in them or walking near things.
All right. Speaking of pumpkins, what do we have here, really quick?
This pumpkin here has a candle in it that simulated it fell over. The candle's lit. It's on a straw bale like numerous Halloween decorations are. And what we're simulating here is how this candle is going to light this straw, which would light all the decorations up and could start a house fire.
And so that if Justin, for example, people are using these candles for inside their pumpkins, so basically it'll fall over. Right. And let's pretend it fell over. Pretend it fell over.
If the wind...
It could be kicked if the kids are walking by. It could be kicked. The candle could fall over.
Right, Jerry's thinking it could be kicked. Just any slight pump that could really push that fire over. It's going to start this hail bale on fire quickly, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like usual, and the cameras are rolling. This is what happens. But you can imagine that with high winds or whatever, that this could blow over and catch this bale on fire.
All right, we will continue to attempt to light this hail bale on fire. You can also check this out on our YouTube page. We'll list all the safety details that you need to know about keeping your kids safe tonight.
All right, she really is a wicked witch, lighting things on fire, but all in the name of safety.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
I think we got mixed up.
I think we have things confused.
There we
Here
go.
you go.
Can I be the manly construction worker?
All right, we're looking for Kristen, though. Where'd she go?
Where I thought she was there.
Hello?
Boo!
Ah. Terrifying.
We are celebrating Halloween here at the Quincy Fire Department, and I'm with the public education team. With me now is Jerry Mass. All morning we've been talking safety tips. Why is it so important for kids to have a good time, but also kind of be aware of their surroundings?
Well, we want people to have fun this Halloween. We want everybody to be safe, and we get as much candy as we can, and just keep in mind some of the dangers that are out there and some of the costumes that aren't as safe as others, and just be safe.
So let's quickly recap for people who are just tuning in. The first thing we covered is the color of costumes.
Right. Lighter color costumes are going to be easier for the traffic to see. Flashlights, glow sticks, reflective tape, those kind of things will all help the traffic see people, because basic Halloween has a 2-time higher rate of traffic pedestrian accidents as any other time of the year. So we really want to stress being able to be seen by the traffic.
And then we also talked decoration. So instead of using those candles, what can people use?
Well, you can use little tea lights, mini lights, glow sticks in your pumpkins. Something that doesn't have an open flame, doesn't get too hot, and and if you do use a candle, because I know some people still will use candles, try to keep those pumpkins at least 12 inches away from any walls, curtains, anything like that.
And we had a sneak peek earlier. In case you missed it, make sure you check out our YouTube page. How easy and flammable some of the costumes are, and things that are getting decorated around your house, like hay barrels.
Right. Some of that stuff goes up pretty quick. It doesn't take much flame at all, and it's burning pretty fast, pretty quick, and it's going to be out of control before you realize that it's out of control. So keep in mind the materials that we're using. Some are rated as fire retardant, and let's just be safe this Halloween.
How common are fires during Halloween?
Halloween decorations attribute to about 1,000 fires a year from Halloween decorations alone, and 6 civilian deaths. Okay, so they are common, they do happen, and this is when we're trying to prevent them by doing this talk here.
Okay, so if make sure we're being safe this Halloween, and if you still don't have a place to trick or treat, what's the best place to be in Quincy?
Well, the fire stations all have candy. We'll hand out candy to anybody that wants to stop by and say hi. Central Fire Station at 9th and Vermont is hosting their Halloween drive-through. Our fire chaplain, Brother Ed, and First Shift will be there, and they'll be handing out candy. You can drive right through the fire station coming off 9th Street, and 5 to 8 tonight.
All right, great. So if you're interested in a spooky good time and being safe, make sure you check out the Quincy Fire Department.
Your nose is hideous.
Yeah. Maybe you should get that checked out.
By the way,
What?
The wart on your nose.
What's wrong with it?
It's
Is it
beautiful.
green? Does it look weird?
It's beautiful.
I think it
pretty.
looks fine.